Are you interested in designing a tiny house? Well, do not skimp on bathroom planning, because too much discomfort or inconvenience can add up to a whole lot of resentment.
You can easily avoid a cramped, cluttered mess with the right design hacks and storage solutions.
Today, we're sharing small space design ideas from tiny homes around the country, plus the most fabulous tiny house bathroom we toured last year.
Whether you plan to build a tiny home or you just want to upgrade an existing tiny bathroom, you don't want to miss these recommendations.
First things first, you want to decide how much of your overall square footage you want to dedicate to your tiny bathroom. Do you want something simple but functional, or a luxurious private retreat?
Ooh. We allocated less than a quarter of our 130 square foot tiny house for our bathroom. But we made sure to have a large enough shower. It is 36 inches square to have a 6'2" dude and a woman with a lot of hair to fit comfortably in there.
Yeah, no regrets whatsoever. There's been some tiny homes that we've seen with showers like this.
Yeah, way too small.
Couldn't do it. Even if your bathroom self-care routine is super straightforward, make sure to carefully consider storage for all the necessities like towels and toilet paper. It's easy to overlook those details, but if you don't do it, you'll definitely notice a mistake once you move in.
And make sure to consider what you want to prioritize in your bathroom.
An excellent question to ask: are you a shower or bathtub person?
Oh, that is a good question.
Also, would you prefer to make your bathroom a multifunctional space? Because it's definitely a practical choice to put both your closet and washer and dryer in there.
Depending on your preferences, you may want to consider a larger tiny house footprint.
Stepping into the back of the house is actually my favorite room of the house. This is the bathroom. So after living in the camper for 2 years, I was actually going to the gym to shower every night. So I wanted a room that was luxurious, that was my space, my area. So it was really important to me, if it were possible, which I made it possible in the floor plan, to add a freestanding tub, but also a freestanding shower. After apartment life, I'm not a big fan of the combination personally. So I guess we'll start with the tub. So basically, Caleb made this beautiful tray, which is great for any like reading, or you can watch a movie here, which is awesome. I would say walking into the shower, we made this very luxurious for ourselves. So the back wall is slanted to make it feel much wider. When you come in, you can really stretch out and have room. We have 3 shower heads actually. So if we wanted to take a shower at the same time, I could have my own. We have combined. And then we've got this beautiful bench. The bench and the floor are made from teak wood that Caleb recycled. This light actually changes colors and plays music and is a fan all at the same time. So if you can't tell, we're big ambiance people. We love a vibe that makes you feel good. Right now, our shower is set up temporarily. Our water is not hooked up where we are living. So we actually have our cat's litter box in here. Got a plant, which actually a plant always lives in here, even when it's functioning. So on this side of the bathroom, I wanted really good lighting. What girl doesn't want good lighting to do her makeup in the morning? So I got this ring light. We do have a composting toilet. Coming from the camper, this was a huge upgrade for us, especially for me. So I really don't mind using composting toilet at all. I, in fact, highly recommend if you are worried about the planet. Having a Dyson fan is really important. You know, being a small space, air circulation is important. We found when we moved here with the hot-cold temperature change, we needed to leave a window cracked at all times and have this fan going, or else we had moisture that would build up on the walls on the inside. So we got that fan. I'll actually show you here into the closet is actually where I had a lot of moisture buildup. So the fan is perfect here. But I have a full-size closet, actually bigger than most people. Because of that slant that we have in the bathroom, it's also slanted here. So there are 2 full racks in here. Caleb built this all custom for me to fit all of my stuff. I mean, I couldn't be more grateful to live in a tiny house and have everything fit in one spot. I will admit I do have another clothing rack upstairs in the loft, but that was a modification we made later. This is my dream closet for sure. Kind of touching on ambiance, lighting is really important. So we've got, you know, the underglow lighting in here. I wanted the bathroom to feel very happy. I wanted to start my day with a positive vibe. I wanted my shower tile to make me feel happy. That was really important when we were shopping for the tile. You know, there's so much out there and so much tile is so simple. So we wanted to just go loud with it, go color, make us smile every morning. This granite slab my dad had in his workshop, I was eyeing it for years. And I was like, all right, when we build this house, I need that to be my bathroom countertop. And he was more than happy to give it to me.
It's truly possible to create a functional bathroom even in an extra tiny home like ours. This is a bit controversial, but we decided to skip a bathroom sink and just use our kitchen sink because it's only a couple feet away.
Toilet, sink.
Yeah. And if that doesn't irk you, you can opt for a slightly larger kitchen sink or one that's partitioned so you can dedicate some space for bathroom activities like brushing your teeth.
We love our over-the-toilet cabinet because it provides a lot of storage.
My favorite is the fold-down shelf, which is perfect for getting ready in the morning.
Overall, picking the right compact fixtures will help maximize your tiny space.
A curved shower stall, for example, is ideal for small, awkwardly shaped bathrooms. They minimize the footprint of the shower, but it's still very comfortable inside. And there are many narrow floating sinks that fit in even the tiniest of bathrooms. However, their limited basin size can cause a lot of splashing over the edge and make it almost impossible to wash your face.
Consider if you're willing to make a sacrifice, like using the wand of the shower to wash your face instead of the sink.
And with a touch more floor space in your bathroom, you can choose from a wide selection of compact vanities with slightly larger built-in sinks. Look for a basin at least 5 to 8 inches deep and at least 16 inches wide to accommodate face washing. I'm one active lady. Whether it's traveling to film tiny home tours, my daily exercise routine, or homestead chores, I need my clothes to support my lifestyle and look good. That's why I was thrilled when Halara reached out to sponsor this video. They believe clothing should support your movement and empower you to embrace life with joy and style. Halara carefully selects their fabrics to ensure stretchability, breathable comfort, durability, and my favorite, inside-out softness. I love how versatile their wide selection of active and casual wear items are. There's something for everyone, with a wide size range and lots of color options. And I truly appreciate their mindful production model, focusing on high quality over fast turnaround to avoid excess waste. Even better, their pricing is fair and affordable. Explore all that Halara has to offer and save up to 12% on your order on the US site with our code TINYHOUSE10 or 20% off across all the sites with our code TINYHOUSE. So which of my adorable new pieces do you like the most? Let me know in the comments. The absolute most efficient use of space of an extra tiny house footprint has got to be Kari's 20-foot home on wheels.
Oh yeah, and her bathroom will blow your mind.
So the first thing that you'll notice about my bathroom is that there isn't a bathroom door. And originally when we designed this space, the plan was to have a glass partition, something opaque, something that you couldn't see through that would kind of slide back and forth. But as you all might know, when you get to the end of doing any project, you kind of run out of money, and the glass door was quite expensive, so we decided to opt out. I decided to opt out. My wallet decided to opt out. And because I'm here in this space by myself, really, I don't need it. I haven't missed it. When I have friends over, I send them next door to Tom's if we need it, but otherwise it's been great, and it really opens up this space not to have a partition. Definitely something unique to my house, but it works for me. So over here we have my toilet, and above it we have my countertop, and the reason why that's done is to obviously save space. I designed this piece myself so I could have some drawers for makeup, and I used the scrap from where the sink was cut out to have that countertop match. Because this is such a small space, I really wanted to have some consistency with materials. I really loved the placement of this mirror. That's again something I decided to do last minute. Having it be two-sided actually kind of reflects a little better and opens up the space. It works great for me. So I really like the placement of the sink above the toilet. It works great from a design point of view. And I like the functionality of being able to use it after I've used the restroom. However, because the kitchen sink is so close, I end up using them both, probably equally. And I think in a tiny house, that's pretty common. So something that's really unique about my tiny house is this movable wardrobe that in actuality is right above the shower. So the shower It's one of the least used spaces in a tiny house. The idea was that by combining the wardrobe and the shower space, it would be much more space efficient. You'll notice that there are no shower walls, so I have an extra wide and extra long shower curtain that goes all the way around the shower and covers the entire space so that no water gets out. Another unique thing about this shower is that I just chose a European shower head so I can have it in the position to be able to wash it, or I can have it up above in the bracket. And I made it tall enough so that I can actually get under the water and enjoy a shower, which is pretty unique with my height.
Whether you opt for a luxuriously spacious tiny house bathroom or an efficient, extra tiny bathroom, it can quickly look cluttered without the right organization.
Beyond that, think about how to make it look pretty.
Yes, and how it affects the rest of the look and feel of your home. Because one of our biggest pet peeves is when someone centers the toilet in the doorway.
Oh yeah, you walk into the house and as soon as you look all the way down the house, there's the toilet. Think about, do you want to be looking at the toilet from your sofa? Because in a house like this where the toilet is centered on the doorway, that's exactly what you see. So what could have been done here is the sink could have been where the toilet is and put the toilet where the sink is. That way you're just looking at a sink and maybe even the mirror as opposed to looking at the toilet all the time. But it's still up to you. If you want to watch the game from the toilet, that's your priority.
Avoiding the toilet view was a top priority in Vanity's gorgeous, unique gooseneck tiny house bathroom.
We are now in my bathroom, which is actually the gooseneck of the trailer, and I specifically put the bathroom up here because I wanted to have taller ceilings in my bathroom. A couple things that I really love about my bathroom that are kind of accent pieces for me is the vanity mirror. So my mom actually found it. It's a vintage piece and she found it on the side of the road, and it's actually a medicine cabinet, so there's more storage in there. I do have a smaller vanity and some storage next to it. I would have to say that the shower is one of my favorite parts as well. So I hired someone to help me with the tile initially. Ended up having to fire him and finish it myself. But once I had it almost complete, that's when we discovered there was a leak in the shower. And so we actually had to knock a bunch of the tiles out, fix the leak, and then I had to retile it. So for, I would say maybe 2 months or so, I was going to my parents' house every single day after work to shower. So that was really fun, but it really motivated me to get this project done. And then when I designed this space, I wanted to make sure I put a window in here as well, just to let more light in because I knew it's a smaller space. So I designed this with a, I would say 2/3 wall, and that way I can put plants up here and I have storage, and then the toilet is on this side of the wall. And I tucked my toilet over here for a couple reasons. First of all, I've seen lots of videos and I didn't like that when you enter my home, if you look to the left, the bathroom is right there, and I didn't want the toilet to be over here and have it be a focal point when you walk into my house, or if you're hanging out in the living room, you're looking over and you just see the toilet. It's tucked away, you can barely see it, and it just works for me. The original design was actually a stand-up shower so that I had more space in here. I ended up going with the full tub because I wanted to have that option, right? If I wanted to take an Epsom salt tub, I wanted to be able to do that. Also, I know as a woman shaving her legs in the shower, a stand-up shower is not conducive to that. So that's why I went with the full-size tub. And I also have a full-size washer and dryer on this side, which is perfect for me. I don't do like a whole lot of laundry, but I've seen those 2-in-1s from videos and they didn't seem like people really enjoyed them, or you know, it didn't really work for them. And so I knew I didn't want that. And so I found this stacked one, again, on the marketplace for free, believe it or not. And I actually got this thing on the dolly and into the back of a truck by myself. Believe it or not. It's really heavy. It's really heavy. It wasn't easy. It was quite the process, but it was free, so I'm gonna do it. Free is my favorite F word, so. So right over here is my closet, and I put that in my bathroom because I'm obviously stepping out of the shower, I'm drying, and then getting dressed, and it's just super handy to have it right here. And then I also have my laundry hamper in there, so that way, obviously, when I'm getting undressed for the shower, I can just throw everything right there. Everything is kind of self-contained in one little zone. My bathroom isn't the biggest, so everything is within arm's reach, which is great. And I originally had doors on my closet, as you can probably see by the brackets, and I ended up taking those off just because it really closed off the space and made it feel smaller. And so by removing that, it just feels a lot more airy and open in here.
It's easy to look in an empty, tiny bathroom and think, how the hell am I gonna fit all my toiletries and makeup in here? I totally get it.
The best way to make sure there's enough storage for you is to have it custom designed before it's built.
And one of the best examples of that is Kathleen and Byron's Forever Tiny Home.
Behind the kitchen is the bathroom. There is a sliding barn door here that divides the kitchen from the bathroom. It also is our laundry room, so a full-size washing machine, front-loading obviously, and the dryer. Lots of built-in cabinets for things like this is our additional pantry space, and then this is all linens. So plenty of room for storing those items in addition to drawers underneath. We love having the full-size washing machine so that it efficiently washes our clothes. We've heard of some issues from people who have the combo units, and we didn't want to allocate several hours to that process, so this just speeds things up a little bit. We also use this as our laundry basket, so whenever we change out of dirty clothes, we just toss them right in here, and then when it gets full, we do a load. In the bathroom, one of the features that we chose was the cedar ceiling, and we did that because we didn't want for there to be any issues with humidity with the shower. We also have a fan, which helps to eliminate any water issues. And our towel bar is heated, so after we take our morning showers, this stays heated through the day, dries our towels. Again, we don't have issues with moisture. The vanity that we chose has ample room for storage underneath. A cool thing that our builder did was to build around the drainage plumbing, and so we have these lovely full-size drawers instead of two on either side. And a combination of shallow drawers and deep drawers is really important because some things just don't fit in one or the other. Behind the mirror is a medicine cabinet, and I love that we chose the mirror that has the lighting in it because it's just easy for putting on makeup or whatever in the morning. Back to my statement about future-proofing, we wanted to have a shower that was big enough that someone could assist with showering if needed in the future. This has room for a little seat, and it's got wide enough space here that you could maneuver if you had a walker or something. The backsplash, as you'll notice, is the same as in the kitchen. We just had Miralux go ahead and make the big panels for the shower in the same pattern so that it would provide continuity and also just bring the color scheme through the rest of the house. So we have a pocket door on this end of the bathroom, and that is lovely as long as it stays closed. However, one of the issues that we found when we moved into the house is that the pocket door, maybe because the house is not exactly level, wants to open on you, and that's uncomfortable, especially for guests. So I have to hand it to my genius husband. He came up with this idea that involves a dowel. And so the dowel goes through this little hole, and as long as you push it through, a person can remove it either from in the bathroom or from in the bedroom. So in the morning, he can get up, do his thing in here with the door shut, and I don't hear any noise at all. And then I can remove it from the other side and have access to the rest of the house. So brilliant design.
But even if custom isn't an option for you, there are lots of simple ways to create more storage space.
And it can't be said enough that every single inch in a tiny home is an opportunity.
100%. The number one way to create a large amount of tidy storage is with medicine cabinets. They come in all shapes and sizes, and my favorite are the ones with the built-in lights.
For optimal space saving, you can recess a medicine cabinet in an interior wall. Recessing something in an exterior wall is not really a great idea because it reduces insulation, which can create a cold spot and condensation issues.
And maximizing your vertical space is a tried and true way to use every inch of your tiny home. This can be as simple as adding more shelves wherever you can, and consider adding baskets to keep them looking tidy and hooks underneath for odds and ends.
Oh man, you can never have too many hooks. There are now more over-the-toilet storage cabinets than ever before, and slim cabinets on wheels that fit perfectly in 2-foot gaps next to the toilet or vanity.
Wall-mounted dispensers in a shower are a great space-efficient product storage solution. And so are magnetic storage caddies, ideal for tiny bathrooms with washing machines.
Like Susan's combo bathroom laundry room with an uncommon multifunctional sink.
On this side, you can notice the custom shower, which the tile was something I picked out, and the Corralises were able to incorporate it into the design. I love this shower. It's 4x3, so it's bigger than most. And I know some people are insistent on having a tub in their tiny home. Tub wasn't all that important to me. It was more important to me to have a really nice functional shower. On this side, you'll also notice I have a cabinet that encloses the hot water heater. And below that, I have a toilet that I picked out. It's smaller so that it fits the space, but still is very functional. So recently I had a friend over and I mentioned how I was struggling with where to put the toilet paper. And we came up with this great idea to add pegs above on the rafters here. And so all my toilet paper is stored right up there. So it's nice and handy, but kind of out of sight. On this side, I have a large utility sink instead of having a vanity because I wanted the capacity to wash large pots and pans, or if I'm doing craft projects, I have a place to clean up. And you'll also notice that I don't have any enclosed cabinets here, and I'm perfectly fine with having my toiletries and everything out. These are all magnetic, so they stick to the dryer, and everything is convenient. I had the option of having a combination washer and dryer, and that would have had more space for storage, but my preference was to have a full-size stackable unit, and so that was what Danny and Lissa included for my purposes.
Multifunctional features can be practical in tiny house design, but they can also be fun.
And Alaska's tiny bathroom is both.
Oh yeah.
Her bathroom is insane, and it's just 26 feet long, which these days is on the small end for tiny homes on wheels.
Back here is the bathroom. Now the toilet is double plumbed, which right now you can see I have a traditional flush toilet in here, but the house was built to be plumbed to support either a traditional toilet or a separate waterless toilet. So if I want to switch this out for the separate, I can do that easily. But that flexibility has allowed me to take parking spaces that had sewer hookups and then also ones that didn't. So it increased my flexibility with regard to parking. That being said, I am very grateful to have a traditional flush toilet because that can help with legally parking your tiny home. Over here we have the shower. It's just a simple stand-up shower with a sliding door. The shower is very comfortable for me, although I will say that I am 5 feet tall. But the owners who owned the home before me were both 6'1", so. Over here in this corner, we have the vanity and the sink. It's pretty small, but it's worked well enough for me. I do occasionally have to be careful to not hit my head on this medicine cabinet, but I am glad to have the medicine cabinet because the storage is great. So this is everyone's favorite part of the tiny house of peace, including mine. This is a 2-person infrared sauna. This was in the house when I bought it. It wasn't part of the build, it was added after, but special outlets were put in the house to support the sauna. I am a huge sauna fan, Health is one of the things that I've built my tiny house lifestyle around, so it was really important to me. The sauna also is important for another reason, and that is that I have a sister with chronic Lyme disease, and sauna therapy was a big part of her treatment. And there was a time period when I didn't know what the future looked like, and so in the back of my mind, I wanted to have a house that could support her as well. And this tiny house just happened to come with the biggest piece of medical equipment that she needed.
We can't talk about tiny house bathrooms without talking about the toilet. We'll keep it brief.
A lot of people still think that you can only have a composting toilet in a tiny house on wheels, but that's not true. And in fact, most of the tiny homes we filmed in recent years all have flush toilets. Incinerating toilets are another popular option for those seeking location flexibility, like parking on a property without a septic system.
There are pros and cons to each. Do you want to save a lot of water, but have a lot of maintenance? If you want to use a traditional toilet, then you'll need access to water.
And in fact, that's actually a requirement in most legal parking situations in communities or backyards, is to be connected to sewer.
Do you want your poop to magically disappear? Well, then you're going to need an insane amount of power.
Probably the most fabulous tiny home we filmed last year was Tisa's park model home that has a beautifully appointed girly-girl's bathroom.
Across from the kitchen here is the bathroom. So you come on in, you can see some of the custom features that I made in here. I did a marble floor ceiling shower, and then I did 2 niches on both sides. One for pretty things that can look nice, and then on the interior, I have one that can store things you don't want often to be seen. I do have the gold showers. I like those touches that I did. I think it made it a little more special. I wanted floating shelves here, and I wanted more for decorative. Very well could have been used for storage or anything else, but I don't need the extra space, so I decided to make it more decorative. We do have a window here, and then I have installed extra hooks. Once again, more hooks the better. One thing I did realize is that I didn't have enough space for my jewelry, and so for my everyday handy jewelry, I came up with the idea of putting wallpaper on the back and then going ahead and doing my everyday stuff here. And then I also had the builder put in electrical plugins. So things like my hair dryer, curling iron already has it plugged in, and so everything pulls out. It's the best use of space that I could have there. I really wanted a girl bathroom, so my makeup mirror I have installed, and then underneath a full pull out makes it nice. But the amount of space that I have with all my stuff as a girl, I really wanted it handy and not just always things in the back to have to pull out all the time. This bathroom functioned exceptionally well for me. I did steal space from my bedroom to make this bigger. That was one of the things I really wanted in a custom home, was to make a bigger bathroom than what you normally see in a tiny home. It doesn't feel like a tiny bathroom, definitely plenty of space.
Tiny home bathrooms can be comfortable, highly functional, and attractive.
It's all about allocating enough space to accommodate your priorities. Then maximize every inch with tidy, efficient storage solutions. We'd love to hear your tiny bathroom tips and tricks. Let us know in the comments below.
And if you're looking for more small space design inspiration, watch our top tiny kitchen ideas video now.